Today's my grandma's birthday, so I'm over here bringing her balloons. My mom got some cake and ice cream. We're ready to celebrate. Happy birthday! How are you? Y'all, I made some more pancakes this morning. Don't they look yummy? I have finally gotten rid of my buttermilk, so I made these pancakes and I made some more ranch, and that was that. Girl, I would never get a half-gallon buttermilk ever again. So yeah. Yeah. I usually don't watch The Voice, but one of my close friends is supposed to be on The Voice, and I'm so excited. I'll let y'all know when he comes up. Yo! I'm 31, and I'm from Goldsboro, North Carolina, and currently I live in Nashville, Tennessee. Yeah! I feel like John would be a good choice because he's different. Like he said, Reba's gonna have all country artists. It's gonna be hard to compete on Reba's team. So pick John. This is so hard. Not chicken tenders. Okay, Reba. Hold on, Reba. Y'all, oh my God, when I tell you, I am so proud of that. Oh my God. My heart is just so full. It's crazy. Literally, I have no words, but y'all know I always got words, okay? Oh my God. I feel like Dan and Shay, is that their names? I feel like the one with the short haircut, maybe that's Dan. I think he really wanted to turn the chick around, but the other one with the longer hair was kind of iffy about it. But I'm excited. I'm so excited. It's just so amazing to see your close friend just accomplish their dreams. When I tell you, Tay has been singing all his life, and to see the path he's taken, I was like, you doing country music? But it's something he really enjoys, and you can see that he enjoys it. It just makes it even better, you know? Just to see the dedication, the hard work, just seeing everything come together, everything kind of fall in place, him getting this opportunity. I just want him to enjoy this moment, be in the moment. He deserves every single bit of it. Like, I feel like I just auditioned for The Voice, you know? Like, that's really how it is. I know he's gonna be great. Y'all have gotta stop hating on Tubi, okay? Tubi is more than just low budget films that are really good, by the way, but they got some of your favorite movies, okay, period. All it is, get into it. Yes, I still have my Christmas stuff up, okay? I ain't took it down yet. They got all these movies, like, y'all better put some respect on Tubi, period. But this is what I'm here for, okay? Let's get into the movies. Guys, we're at the Mongolian grill place. They cook this. Y'all can't see it, but here with my mom. Yummy, yummy. Hey, y'all. How y'all doing? All right, y'all. So, y'all know I had to bang, but girl, it was kind of getting on my nerves a little bit. So I kind of twisted it up in there like that. So it is what it is, okay? All right. Love is Blind episodes 10 and 11. I really wish they would have went ahead and gave us the final episode. Like, why we gotta wait a week for one episode? Anyway, again, I'll make this as quick as possible because I'm not gonna make it like a separate video or anything. But we'll see how it goes. All right, so I'm relaxed, girl. Y'all be sure to let me know y'all's thoughts in the comments. What you think of the couples, the individuals, all of that. Let's get into it, okay? Jeremy's mom, she was straight to the point. She said, oh, that couldn't have been me. He said, I didn't know I was going to lose my fiance. And she said, well, I could have told you that. She was straight to it. Chelsea meets Jimmy's parents. Jimmy's parents weren't buying into the relationship. I don't think they were. They were just happy to see him. But I don't think they really too much care for the relationship. I feel like Jimmy, as he always does, has this, I made the right decision, she's my person, she's my da-da-da, she's my da-da-da, I love da-da-da-da. And when he finished, I said, and see. Okay, because you say the same thing every time y'all on the screen. Like, okay, I'm getting tired of it. Like, who are you trying to convince? You, like... So anyway, yeah, it just seemed like it's so rehearsed at this point. Meet AD's mom. When I tell you, I love AD's mom, the way she poured into AD. I just felt like that conversation was for me, and I could take something from that conversation. I love that. I said whenever Clay starts talking, I literally like roll my eyes. He like, I think AD's mom said this too. Like, it seems like you're just self-sabotaging this relationship. Like, why are you so focused on what your parents did? They were married 25 years before they got divorced. Focus more on the 25 years they had together, the happiness they shared, more so than divorce. Take your family's divorce and learn from that and help better your relationship and do the things that, you know, is going to help keep your marriage together. He's always like, well, I'm going to mess up. I'm going to make a mistake. Like, why is that your thought process? You want to make a marriage work. And it's just like, he always brings up his dad cheated. Like, it's hereditary. I mean, at this point, Clay is not ready for marriage. He still wants to be a player. He is a player. And he's preparing her for when he cheats. So it's like, when he cheats, it's going to be like, well, it ain't like I ain't tell you this was what I was going to do. You know what I mean? Like, and I just hate that AD just, okay. Like, no. Have the uncomfortable conversation and really get to the root of it. And she said what he worries about is not even his to worry about. Like, why is he so caught up? Like, I understand when parents divorce, it is really hard on the kids. But you're taking that one thing, your dad cheated, and you're making that be your situation. That does not have to be your situation. Come on, gang. Okay, girl. Chelsea and Jimmy. I get the Jimmy and the Jeremy mixed up. Chelsea and Jimmy. Girl, I'm so sick of Chelsea. Now, don't come on my screen crying and whining no more. Now, let's talk about it. It was Jimmy's friend's birthday. He wanted to go out for a drink. He asked her if she wanted to go. She said no. Okay. She was fine with not going until, well, let me finish the story. He stayed out for an hour, hour and a half, had one drink, and came straight home. She was fine with all that until Mackenzie, one of the pod girls, told her that, oh, I seen Jimmy, why weren't you with him? Now she feels the type of way. Just tell your friend, I ain't feel like going, because you didn't feel like going. Now you want to put it on Jimmy. Now you want to put it on Jimmy as if, oh, you didn't ask me to go. I'm embarrassed because my friends see you out without me. Well, you could have got your tail up and went. Why you put that on Jimmy? He asked you. Now the argument, it was, well, I don't want someone who goes out all the time. As he mentioned, I haven't been out in 3 months. I go out one night for a friend's birthday. Who says I'm going out every night? Well, I don't want you to go out. But you said it was okay for him to go out until your friend told you that that she said, like, girl, make it make sense, because you're not making sense. You're wanting to create a problem. That's all I see here, okay? So then we really get to the root of the issue, right? Jimmy might have been out with his female friends. And she doesn't like that he's out with or that he hangs out and he texts and he talks with his female friends quite often, every day, probably, pretty much. And she drops this bombshell that he didn't want exposed on the show, that he slept with one of his female friends. Now, I could see that being an insecurity, like, well, I don't want you hanging out with her because you slept with her. Like, what's going to prevent you from, like, not doing it again? I get that. But it's a level of trust you got to have with your man. And They definitely don't trust each other. When I tell you Jimmy really be really be getting to Chelsea, I can't do nothing but laugh. He said, well, if you want me to take a step back, just ask me to take a step back. She said, I want you to take a step back. No, I'm not taking a step back. I was like, what was the reason, Jimmy? Oh my God, I couldn't do nothing but laugh. Oh my God. So then the truth starts to come out, pretty much. She's a little intoxicated. You know, when people drink, they start spilling their truths, right? So he's asking her, well, do you not believe things that I tell you? No, I don't. Do you not think I love you and I care about you? No, I don't think you love me. Well, there you go. And he's just like, well, and it was just really kind of easy for him to say this, like, well, if you feel that way, then we shouldn't be together. Maybe y'all shouldn't be together. Who would have thought of that? Like, I feel like Jimmy was definitely playing like some reverse psychology type stuff. Like, you asking her questions that you hope she gives you what you want to hear because you're not really into the relationship. You want out and you're trying to find your way out. So you're going to ask her these questions to kind of reverse it because it's really how you feel. It's the next day. He's pretty much telling her, I don't want this anymore. So she's like, oh my God, what can I do? I'm so sorry. Oh my God. But it's like, you got to understand, when a man tell you he don't want to be with you, let him go. You're literally up here saying, no, I don't think you love me. I don't believe what you say when you say it. Why do you want to be with him? And I don't want to call nobody desperate, but like, I just feel like they're going to make it to the altar and say no. And pretty much waste each other's time, waste our time, when y'all could have broke it off before y'all even came to Charlotte, honestly. Clay. And he brought up letting AD down and disappointing her because his dad cheated, so he might cheat. And it's just like, dude, just tell her you're not ready to be married. And I guess he was wanting to be with her, but not necessarily get married, or she was like, no. She was like, well, why does there have to be a time frame on it? Well, do you know what you signed up for? So AD was like, no, gang, no, I'm not. I'm not going to accept being engaged for a really long time. So I guess that's kind of where they at with it. I don't like Jeremy. I mean, pretty much he cheated. And like Laura said, he stayed the night with Sarah. Honestly, like, you're out to the bar, you don't come home till 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. That's the next day. Okay. You pretty much stayed the night with Sarah. I feel like now he's trying to turn it on Laura for some reason. And be like, well, I got some nasty responses when I text her and tried to send her flowers. She said no, and da-da-da. Like, of course not. Like, what would you expect? And he's like, well, I would expect for us to try to work it out and da-da-da. Like, no. I don't care for Laura either, but I'm with her. I'm with you when you're right, you know? And I love that she stood her ground. She ain't trying to, you know, beg him to do this and do that. You made your decision when you stayed out all night with Sarah Ann. Jimmy telling Jessica? Jimmy telling Jess, you're still my number one. What? Why would you say that? Even if you felt that way, why would you say that? Whew. Okay, moving on. Chelsea really just makes no sense to me, and I don't even think she thinks she be making sense. It just don't. So she met with Trevor. She talked with Trevor. She said, you were my number one pick up until Jimmy proposed. Pretty much is what I got from it. And Trevor's sitting there like, what in the world? Like, he trying to make sense of it, but he ain't trying to like be like, okay, girl, what? But he really just trying to make sense. Like, it's not making sense, Chelsea. It's not. Because he was like, what the road, like, if I would have asked first, would you have went with me? Would your choice be different? She's like, no, my choice wouldn't be different. But then again, you saying you're number one up until Jimmy proposed. And you saying everything that I wanted, you gave me every day. So what, like, what? And that just makes me think, like, this Jimmy and Chelsea relationship thing, kind of, a production. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I said I like that Laura stood her ground. She's valid in her feelings. You chose this lady, and you pretty much cheat on her. Y'all hadn't even, I mean, good thing this happened so early in their relationship, because now she knows. Me, I'm really not the name calling type person, so I don't really care for when people like have to call names and stuff to get their point across. Like, I get it. It was a little harsh, but she's valid in her harshness. I'm gonna just leave that there. Okay, she's valid in it. And then for him to say, for Jeremy to say he was expecting to work on his relationship, but then when she said, "Well, I'm gonna come get the rest of my stuff," he said, "Oh, it's already packed." So were you or were you not trying to work on getting her back? You couldn't have had if you got her stuff packed already. Make it make sense. AD and Sarah Ann. I love that somebody spoke to Sarah Ann and kind of like let her know what you did was not right. But I also feel like AD, how do I say this? You won't even speak up in your own relationship. How is it that you're so into everybody else's relationship? And I think sometimes too, when their relationships aren't going the best, they kind of focus on other people's stuff. But like, girl, I get you confronting Sarah Ann, but it's like, okay, now go have that same conversation with Jeremy, because he was also in the wrong. Okay? Don't make it one-sided. If we're gonna talk about it, let's talk about it. Okay? But also, you need to talk within your relationship as well before you try to go and talk to somebody else about theirs. I'm just keeping it real. Okay. Sarah Ann was wrong for messaging Jeremy. He's engaged. He chose another woman, right? Like she mentioned, I should have fought for him in the pods. Yes, you should have. You should have told him how you felt. You should have told him, are you sure? You should have did that in the pods before he proposed to another woman. Now that he's with another woman, you should not be reaching out saying, oh, if anything changes, let me know. Let's talk. No. And I get you have feelings, you wanted to express them, but again, all that should have been expressed in the pods. So it's like, now that he has a fiance and you have these feelings, you just gonna have to cut your losses until maybe it didn't work out and then y'all contact each other. But it was wrong. You're wrong for contacting an engaged man. Okay. Amy and Johnny. I know relationships are about compromise, but I really hope Amy sticks to not getting on birth control. Why is it always up to the woman to change? You look up how the vasectomy works, okay, but also look up what birth control is doing to women, okay? Continue your research, okay? I just feel like Johnny can be a tad bit controlling. And I feel like if she gets on birth control and let him kind of like control that aspect of her, he's going to start slowly trying to make more changes. You know what I mean? So I don't like it. Amy, stand your ground. Don't get on the birth control if you don't want to get on the birth control, okay? You tell that man, you practice with them condoms, you practice pulling out, okay? And if you can't do it, then we just gonna get pregnant. That's all I know to tell you, okay? So anyway, after that, that's all my notes. But pretty much after that, each one of the couples goes on little dates. I thought it was cute. The ice sculpturing, the sneaker painting, the fair. It was really cute. The trying on dresses and tuxedos was a sentimental was a sweet moment with their friends and their family. And it ends with Chelsea not being sure she really wants to marry Jeremy. I guess next time on Dragon Ball Z. So no. I think March 6th is the next episode. All right, y'all.